have attended a Zoom wedding. I have done a drive-through graduation. I've attended not one, but 2 Zoom birthdays. I've had conversations with my friend on Zoom. Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. If it's your first time watching, welcome. If you've been subscribed for a long time, welcome back. My name is Maureen, and on this channel I focus on travel, lifestyle and parenting. So if that sounds of interest, don't forget to hit the subscribe button before you leave today. On today's video, I want to speak about what quarantine has taught me. In this last 3.5 months, there's been so much learning, and I wanted to share with you what quarantine has taught me. I have attended a Zoom wedding. I have done a drive-through graduation. I've attended not one, but 2 Zoom birthdays. I've had conversations with my friend on Zoom. Zoom has been like the new ways to keep in touch, and I have enjoyed it. Pre-quarantine, I knew keeping in touch with my friends was important, but during quarantine, it just went up a level. I just longed to see them. I longed to be around them. So going on FaceTime or going on Zoom calls with a bunch of my friends was so refreshing. I always left those conversations just feeling like re-energized, just feeling like a burst of life has been injected in me, because I just missed my friends so much. And I'm so thankful that we have Zoom and we was able to keep up with each other during this time. It's just taught me that I love being around people and I love conversations and stuff. So this time during quarantine has allowed me to learn new skills, and I am someone who has always loved banana bread, and I've never attempted to make it, and I've learned how to make banana bread. It's super easy, and I just didn't have, I guess, the time, or I didn't put the time into learning. But having this time where I've just been at home, there is no going out, has just given me time to like implement myself into certain skills that I've wanted to learn. The other great thing that I've learned is when it comes to uploading videos on YouTube, I tweaked one thing when I upload my videos, and I went from taking an hour and a half or 2 hours to upload one video to like 10 minutes without losing the quality of the video. So that's another great thing that I have learned during quarantine, which without having this time, I probably would have never looked into, or probably would have never had that much time to look further into it. I've learned about editing, music, just like so much things that I've taught myself during this time using other people's resources. So what have you learned during quarantine? Let me know down in the comments. I'd love to know. Cooking during quarantine has gone up a notch. Like, I used to cook anyway, but I really cook a lot now. And my meal variety has really expanded. I kind of used to make the same dinners all the time during the week, but now I've started making Thai red curries. I've started making pad thais from scratch. I've started making all types of curries. I'm just like, whoa, why was I not doing this before? But I guess not being able to go out and eat those things in restaurants, I wanted them. I was craving them, so I thought, you know what, I'm going to try and make it myself at home, and it was a success. So I've learned to make a whole bunch of new dishes that I never made before. Speaking of meals, I was someone who went to the supermarket every week, and I really don't know why I did that. I think it was just something that I was just used to doing, just popping to the supermarket and getting some few things that I need. But during quarantine, the fact that we couldn't obviously go to the supermarket super often, there was always major lines. I thought, you know what, I'm going to start doing a monthly shop and meal prepping my meals for the whole month, and then buying exactly what we need. I have found this has saved me so much more money. It's saved me time, because I'm not running to the grocery store every week, and I'm not being tempted with those end aisle items, you know, when they place the things at the end of the aisle and then you've bought your stuff and you're like, oh yeah, I do want some chocolate today. Ooh, I do want to add that into my car. Oh, we haven't had this. There has been none of that because I have been planning my shopping list, my meal plan from the beginning of the month and going to shop for it one time. So that has been a great learning curve during quarantine. The next thing that I've learned during quarantine is just adapting. There's been so much adapting during this time, and I have attended Zoom birthdays. People haven't stopped having birthday gatherings and stuff. They've just adapted and had it in a new way. So there's been virtual birthday parties. I'm sure you've attended some. There has been, I have had the pleasure of attending one of our very, very, very good friends' wedding, which was virtually, which it was so emotional. It was like, I felt like I was there. I almost felt like during this time that I haven't missed out in terms of like events and stuff. So I've also gone to a drive-through graduation because during quarantine it has been graduation season. So I've gone to 2 drive-through graduations, which I have thoroughly enjoyed. It's just great to like cheer them on and let them know that, you know, we're still celebrating them despite what's happening at the time, despite what's happening right now in the world. Another thing that, not particularly myself, but I know a lot of you and my husband have had to do is adapting to working from home. I know at the beginning when my husband was working from home, he was kind of finding it hard to juggle, like, you know, like taking meetings, Ezra's home, and you know, there's a lot going on. But you know, having the time that has passed, he's actually said he's found himself to be way more productive working from home because there isn't those constant interactions from like other colleagues or someone walking by or being called to a meeting, etc., etc. So I'm interested to know, like, the people that have been working from home, have you found yourself to be more productive during this time, or how have you adapted and changed during the last 3 months in terms of working from home? I am someone who is a homebody. I like being home. I have no issues with being home. At the beginning of this, I was like, oh, I'm fine. I like being home anyway, so there's no issues with me if I don't have to go out. But then as the time went on and quarantine continued and then we didn't really have an end date, I was like, oh, I want to go outside. I want to be outside. Why? I don't want to be at home anymore. Because I couldn't go out when I wanted to, I like had this urge of I wanted to now go out so much. And it has taught me that yes, I am a homebody, but I actually do like the balance of going outside, doing what I want, and then, you know, like having the choice to be outside and having the choice to stay inside. So that has been something that I've discovered about myself during this time. The next thing was having a routine. The first few weeks during quarantine, I felt like I was just in limbo. I was a bit like, oh, I don't really know what's going on. There was so much just like worry and uncertainty, and I was just like, oh God, I just felt overwhelmed, and I just didn't have a routine. I just kind of got up and just mooched around. And because Ezra and my son wasn't going to daycare, so I was just a bit like, what do we do all day? We're not trying to be outside because, you know, we'd been advised to stay inside. So I just didn't really have a routine. But then towards like the end of March into April, I was like, I actually need a routine. I thrive off having a routine. So I basically was like, you know, that's it. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get up, I'm gonna shower, get my day started, we're gonna, you know, get some things going, like have a plan to my day. Having that structure just helps so much, so I wasn't just like getting up and just being a slob all day. It's fine if he was doing that, but for me, I just felt like I needed the structure in my day in order for me to feel more productive, in order to just have just a routine to follow. I found it really, really important during this time, and that's something I learned about myself, that I really, really thrive off a routine. I have learned during this time, and I'm pretty sure a lot of us have learned, is the importance of an emergency fund and savings. A lot of people have lost their jobs, have had to take a pay cut, and at this time, just the importance of having an emergency fund and savings just gives you that peace of mind that if you was going to lose your job, or if you have to take a paycheck, you know that the bills are still going to get paid. You don't have that hanging over your head. And I have found this to be extremely important, that having an emergency fund. And for people that do not have an emergency fund, I hope that this time has taught them that yes, I need to get some savings aside in case this happens again, or even if it doesn't happen again. Things happen all the time. You could lose your job, you could find yourself in a situation where something in the house needs fixing, or you need money in an emergency. Where you have that money saved, it just gives you that peace of mind all round, where you can, you have got that money aside if the unexpected arises. So that has been an important lesson, and I felt very secure knowing that we have an emergency fund, that if anything was going to take place, that we're covered. And that has been really important. So that is the things that I've learned during quarantine. What have you learned through quarantine? Have you attended any Zoom birthday parties, weddings, graduations? Let me know. Let's continue this conversation in the comments. I would love to know what you have learned, what new skills you have learned. Are you taking care of your hair now? Are you cooking more? Are you baking more? Have you become the new connoisseur baker at your house? Let me know what new recipes that you have learned. Share them with me. I would love to know. Just before you go, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. It helps out the video. I hope you guys are doing well, and I will see you guys in my next video. Take care. Bye.